Hello everyone, welcome to Semi News Tech, the channel that gives you the best tech news half the time. First off, AMD Zen. I'm sure you have all heard of it. The hype train on this processor has been running since last year, with it popping up here and there. AMD, this happens to be another disappointment. I am going to be MAD. You broke my heart over and over again. You promised the RX 480 would be the mid-range king, and then Nvidia immediately went out and destroyed it with the 1060. If you keep making false promises like that, AMD, I will do the most horrid thing I can. I will no longer be your fanboy. I want to make this work, but you've been failing me at every opportunity. If you don't keep pushing out more gigahertz, I will feel gigahertz. Well, anyways, as you may already know, recently AMD unveiled a direct comparison between an AMD CPU and a 6900K to compare clock for clock. Each CPU has 8 cores and 16 threads clocked at 3.0 GHz. Each CPU ran the same Blender test, and the AMD Zen CPU just slightly beat out the 6900K. This is amazing news for AMD, as their current high-end lineup of CPUs, the FX series, is like 5 years old and getting a bit outdated. If AMD manages to clock their CPUs at or slightly below the current FX CPUs like the 8350 or 8320, then even Intel's new lineup of CPUs may get a run for its money. However, if they keep it at 3.0 GHz, I mean the 6900K base clock is at 3.2 GHz, so still wouldn't be terrible, but not as good as I'm hoping. Well, furthermore, AMD is notorious for selling their processors at a lower price than Intel, which is why some people still even buy the incredibly outdated FX series processor, despite the 8320's price not changing much on Newegg since I bought it in 2013 for a bit under $150. Yeah, I have an 8320 in my system, and it's running the stock fan. Gets really hot and really loud. Yeah. Anyways, perhaps if this continues, I may finally upgrade this desktop. At this point, though, we have absolutely no idea what price their CPUs are coming out at, so really anything now is speculation. All we have are benchmarks, not prices. I mean, we don't even have the exact release date, we just know it'll come out in, like, some sources saying Q4 2016, some saying Q1 2017, so we know it's not coming now. We know it's coming in a few months, perhaps next year, but we really don't know when it's going to come. I mean, at least give me, like, within a month, because, I mean, I want to know exactly when it's going to come out. And please, just give me an estimate of what this thing is going to cost. And now, on the other side, Intel just announced their upcoming Kaby Lake line of processors. There doesn't seem to be anything really special so far about this line of CPUs, other than that they are no longer following Intel's tick-tock operation, I guess, where each tick designates a process shrink. Intel is not shrinking the manufacturing process this time around, rather focusing on improving performance yet again. Reported performance is 12% improved over Skylake, so nothing too crazy, but I think that performance gain will still put it a bit ahead of AMD's Zen CPUs, although, again, all we're running right now is speculations on their clock rate, so we have absolutely no idea. Also, it seems that Kaby Lake is improving their integrated graphics quite substantially in the realm of, and I quote, video and multimedia processing. Thus, I guess we should see a decent increase in the day-to-day performance of Ultrabooks and other computers with integrated graphics, but It won't seriously affect anyone running a dedicated GPU, so I don't really care. Well, next off, we have a very odd new laptop that's expected to come out in 2017, early 2017. Built by Acer, it is going to feature yes, that's right, two GTX 1080s in SLI, a 7th gen i7, and a freaking curved 21-inch display. Well, with those crazy specs comes some even crazier numbers. The laptop will cost over $5,000, and it will weigh in at 17 pounds. I mean, at that size, you might as well just lug a desktop in your backpack. I mean, there's one really cool application I see for not specifically this laptop, but like in general the new high-end non-mobile 10 series laptops. Like perhaps, just maybe, you could hook up a VR headset to them. Like carry a backpack around, put your laptop in it, connect a VR headset, thus you don't have any cables on the floor, and you still have a really nice experience because, you know, the new laptops have like 1080s, and this one even has two 1080s, although I think it would be way too heavy to carry in a backpack. I don't know how it's going to be possible to lug this laptop around, especially since it's a 21-inch laptop. It's not even going to fit in any backpacks. So, I mean, this laptop specifically makes absolutely no sense to me. Well, with that laptop out of the way, here's another strange portable PC, the Lenovo Yoga Book. If you look at it from the outside, it just looks like any Ultrabook. However, this Ultrabook is really something closer to the iPad Pro. When you open it up, where the keyboard would normally be, you find a second touch screen. So two touch screens. Aside from the ordinary touchscreen on a bezel of the laptop, the secondary touchscreen acts like the keyboard, which features no physical buttons, but it has a digital overlay where you can type on a touchscreen. Not really sure about this technology. I think I personally prefer the physical feel of real keys, but for the market that buys iPad Pros and Microsoft Surface tablets, this might be a decent competition. From what I hear, their keyboards aren't that great, and perhaps a touchscreen keyboard could bring more than just a keyboard. I couldn't tell whether the touchscreen keyboard could be utilized for something else, but it's very possible that you could just use it as a second display, which would be really cool because, you know, two displays, you could, like, I don't know, edit movies on one and watch movies on the other. So I think that would be really cool. So, is this the future of Ultrabooks? Or perhaps laptops in general? I don't really think so, but I think it might eventually be a very good contender for the best Ultrabook title. If they add haptic feedback to the keys, it could even feel almost as good as a regular keyboard, and of course, it could have all the advantages of having a second screen. So, I guess we'll just see later. Next up, we have the Samsung Gear S3. This watch is massive. It has, let me check, a 46mm screen, which is up from 42mm on the S2, which was already quite big. So it seems Samsung is advertising this to, like, the hardcore male smartwatch. I mean, currently, more people buying smartwatches are male, but that will probably change soon, and I think Samsung might just kind of screw themselves over with this. But I mean, it's kind of nice having a big screen because it's kind of hard to, use the touch screen on most touch screen smartwatches. But even though they've made this touch screen pretty big, I think I'm going to be sticking with my good old Pebble Time that I bought on Amazon recently for $82. Not spending $500 on a new smartwatch. Definitely not. Some other features that this smartwatch has are, it seems, a GPS, and, ooh, this is nice. It's waterproof up to 5 feet for about half an hour, which, I mean, the Pebble Time is waterproof up to 30 feet. Well, I mean, water resistant up to 30 feet, so you can do anything really you want. I've gone swimming with this thing for hours, so, this 5 feet deep thing, nothing really special. It also has this very new Gorilla Glass display, which seems interesting. It's only coming for smartwatches. It's supposed to be very scratch resistant, but so far I don't know much about it. Also, apparently it's supposed to resist very high and very low temperatures. They placed it under a heat lamp for hours, with the temperature skyrocketing to up to over 120 degrees. And they also put it in a cold water bath with dry ice, damn, at 27 degrees. Interesting. So yeah, it can handle temperatures well below 0 degrees. And they've also increased the battery life. Kind of classic with a bigger smartwatch, they can put a bigger battery inside it, so think of that what you will. But as I said, I think I'll be sticking with my Pebble Time. And last, and kind of least, it's not really that big of an update, Instagram. Yeah, that social media platform. They're finally adding Zoom. I mean, like, every single app has Zoom, and Instagram now finally is playing catch up with Zoom. It's kind of annoying that they didn't have this already, but yay, they're coming out with it. Woohoo! So, think of that what you will. Anyways, this is Semi-Tech News. Did I just say Semi-Tech News? Wow. This is Semi-News Tech, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!